Welcome to all you VHS hunters and VHS collectors. I'm your host, Indiana Holmes. Several weeks ago, an estate sale was brought to my attention, and it was on a Thursday. Well, it started on a Thursday, and I just happened to be off on that Thursday. I was told there were VHS tapes there, so in the pictures, I graduated right to this picture. And no, I'm not talking about all these Disney ones. I'm talking about these. That was not taken a full picture of. So, what could possibly be there? You can see Sleepaway Camp, you can see Fury of the Wolfman, and I was sure that was just a small sliver picture of the bookcase. I mean, what could be over on the right side? Probably a lot more good stuff like that. But I showed up 10 minutes early to get in line, and there were already people in the house. Yeah, that little clip there, that's what I kind of walked into. So a lot of videos were gone, but then I saw people's bags and they just had like kind of normal stuff in there. Sleepaway Camp was gone, but they just had regular tapes, nothing super rare. Yeah, I don't know what they were collecting, but I dove right into the shelf. Got 45 tapes for the amazing price of 35 bucks. Before we go over all these beautiful babies, let's take a minute and talk about our sponsor for today's video. Two Guys, Five Movies. It's a podcast on Podbean and all other podcast applications. Frank and Chris, and they go over the top 5 movies in pretty much any category that you can think of. Frank is the one that alerted me to this estate sale, so without him, this video would not be possible and all these rare finds would not be possible. So special shout out to Frank and Two Guys, Five Movies. I'm going to put a link down there in the description. If you're a fan of movies, that is the podcast for you. Really in depth with everything. It's fantastic. Okay, on to the movies. First up, we have Return of the Aliens Deadly Spawn, and this is a cut box. Cut out for the big, it was a big box, and they cut it obviously to put on the clamshell for a rental, and there's a price sticker of $10. So I don't know if the guy or whoever it was bought these tapes, bought it for $10 from somewhere and put it on a shelf for a collection. I don't know, but I'm a big fan of the rental tapes. Here's the tapes behind me, and I'm always looking out for different mom and pop stores. Obviously I have some blockbuster ones, but then the mom and pop stores are always cool to me because they're really unique, especially if they're just one of a kind store. Like I still have a tape from my childhood video store and some other ones from the surrounding areas that are pretty special to me, so I'm really happy to have, even if this is not the real big box, I'm even happier that it's a rental tape because I'm a huge fan of the rental tapes and the stores back in the day. And we're going to actually go, if we have a rental like this, we're going to go inside and see what the store was. Hard to focus on that, but it says Videos R Us. Never heard of that store before. Okay, on to tape number 2. Fuck. I forgot to say, Deadly Spawn, that movie. I saw that movie a long time ago and I liked it. This one is, of course, popcorn. I always thought about finding popcorn out in the wild, but I never knew where it would turn up. And here it is. This movie's pretty cool, and it is a rental. It says $5. I guess maybe they got it somewhere for $5. Let's check out where this is from. Rent America Video. Never heard of that one before. Next up we have Fury of the Wolfman, and I tried to watch this movie and it was terrible. Like, I love terrible movies, and this was just, it was a movie that was bad and not even funny to watch. This is not a rental, but pretty crazy artwork. Next tape, The Vampire Lovers. Ooh, and it's a rental. It's on the white clamshell, pretty awesome. And I watched this movie, and the first opening was really cool, and after that I was kind of confused. I followed most of what was going on. This one is a rental, well, obviously. Can you see that? It says National Video. Next up we have The Toolbox Murders, and I saw this a while ago and I liked it. I actually have the clamshell of this over here on my shelf. Here's the clamshell. The plastic's getting a bit yellow and kind of falling apart, but pretty cool. I think this is the original one, the one that's in the clamshell over there. Pretty cool. Dead Kids, if you can read that font down there at the bottom. And this is kind of interesting because all the ones I've seen online, they have white lightning bolts, but mine are black lightning bolts. And I watched the movie and it was interesting, and there's a twist because I have two dead kids. Two dead kidses. Wait with the black lightning bolt. Yeah. Next up we have Death Ship. I guess cover looks similar to Ghost Ship, which I've seen, but I've never seen this one or ever heard of this one before. Future Kill. I watched this. This was the first one that I watched out of these when I got them, and I was drawn right in by that Geiger cover, and it was pretty fun, from the 80s, and this is a rental, and it's from Captain Videos. Never heard of them before. Next up is The Devil Walks at Midnight, and never heard of it. This actually is one of the ones you can see that was in the original picture. I was wondering what that hair was, or maybe it was fire or something. I thought it was fire, like maybe Jason Goes to Hell. I forget how the side of that looks. But nope, it's The Devil Walks at Midnight, and it's a pretty cool cover. Haven't seen it yet. This one is not a rental. It might have been a rental, because there's like a thing on the front here. Next up we have Ghost House. As you've seen, some of these have their original shrink wrap on them. And I watched Ghost House on YouTube before. There's an upload on there, and I liked this movie, so it was really weird. And I kept trying to get my friend to watch it. And it was really random that I actually just found the tape out there, because I think it's pretty rare. Next up is the Lucifer Complex. It's from Neon Video, and it's really, I don't know if this is really a horror or not, but it's got the word Lucifer in there. I just assume it's a horror movie. It's got this really cool clamshell. A piece of clamshell just fell out into my hand, so that's not too good. It's not a rental. Clamshell is in really nice shape, so that's pretty cool. After I put this, I dropped it, put this piece of clamshell in there. Oh, there's two pieces of clamshell down there. Man. Next up we have The Graveyard. Ooh, The Graveyard. And never heard of this one. Looks like it's an older movie. Deadly Friend. Looks like she's an android or something. She's got some skin missing and some mechanical parts in there. It's a rental from somewhere. It's got this cool sticker on there which says movie mount if the circle is black. If the dot turns black, that means there's heat damage where you tampered with it and you have to purchase the video. First time I've ever seen that one. I guess I gotta buy the video now because that thing's black as hell. I don't see anywhere on it where it says where it came from though. Chuper with its shrink wrap. This is actually, I did some research because I couldn't find it really online anywhere. It's actually Blood Shack. It's either Bloodshed or Blood Shack, I forget now which one it is, but there's a spirit haunting a house out in the desert, and I watched it and it's actually hilarious. I highly recommend watching this Blood Shack movie. Hatchet for the Honeymoon. This cover is amazing, and I've never seen it, and it's not a rental that I see on here. Looking forward to that one. Bad Ronald. What kind of bad things is Ronald doing? I don't know. I've never seen this one or heard about it, and I think it is a rental. Let me see what's going on in here. It is, but I don't know from where. Someone copyrighted the Be Kind Rewind thing, like 1982. Okay. Or if anyone knows what that yellow sticker is, or where it's from, comment down below. Spirits, pretty cool cover. I've never heard of this one before, but I'm always all about some haunted houses. The House of the Seven Corpses. This is pretty funny to me because this is the VHS thing, and they just, maybe it got damaged or wet or who knows what happened, but they cut it out and put the hand in here, and then there's a little thing here, and yeah. Really simple label. Were they all like that? I actually watched this movie, and when I got near the end I realized that I already watched it before. Who knows where I watched it before, but it was whatever. Skeeter. I had to pick this one up. It looks like a newer kind of movie, but I didn't really... Hold on a second. I think it says 1991. Gotta get my glasses. Where are they? I think it says 1994 on here. Yeah, Indiana Jones with some glasses. First time ever, I think, for that one. 91, 94, I don't know. Something like that. And it's a rental. It's from... I don't know. Can't really make out anything on there. The Bat People. Part human and part bat. I'm always down for some monster movies. Never heard of that one. Savage Lust. Pretty cool cover. Never heard of this one before. Look at this label on the thing. They were really all about people pirating this movie. The Birds 2? Hitchcock got you with The Birds, but he ain't got nothing on The Birds 2, I'm sure. Looks terrible. And it's not a rental, so they bought this for real. Black Evil? Never heard of this one before, but I am definitely looking forward to watching this one. Oh yeah. Naked Lunch? I found this out in the wild before, but it was moldy, so I didn't really get to watch it. And yeah, I haven't watched it yet, and looks pretty crazy. I'm down for crazy looking movies. Oh, this is a rental. It's from Food and Stuff. Convenience and Videos. That's fantastic. The Stepfather? Never saw this one. I found The Stepfather 2 out in the wild before, but it was kind of moldy, so I've never seen it. I don't know anything about Stepfather franchise. Stranded? I have no idea what's going on in this cover, but it looks amazing. It is a rental from somewhere, but I don't see any information about where. Venom? The object of man's most ancient fear. That's what it says. Whew. Okay, we got 20 left, and there's one older one here you just saw a sneak preview of, and then there's going to be some little older horror movies, and then it goes into different categories after that. The horror ones end, but then there's some 80s movies and stuff that's kind of uncommon. Deep Star 6, they actually had a few of these there. I probably should have got all of them, but I didn't. I left them there for somebody else, and I've seen this movie, and it was okay. I liked it. And this is a movie cover that I remember distinctly from my childhood video store growing up. And this one is definitely a rental, but I don't know where from. That's just a barcode on the side there. It's a mystery. Okay, got an older horror movie here. This is The Day of the Triffids, and I watched this, and it's actually a bunch of like trees come to life. There's trees walking around, like Ents from Lord of the Rings, kinda, and it's not very good. It says this movie is from 1961. It's the Doctor's Blood Coffin, and never heard of it. The Crawling Eye looks like another older horror movie from the pictures on the front. Not much going on the back, but there's got some movie stills on there. Got a price sticker on the front. Is that a movie rental store? Anybody know? Put it down in the comments. Monster. This is another older horror movie, and tried to watch it, and it wasn't very good. Mike's Murder. I'm just assuming it's a horror movie because it's got murder in the title. It's a big Warner clamshell. I always get these anyway when I see them, and this one's pretty cool. Swamp Diamonds. It's another old movie. This is actually from the 50s, and I watched this movie and it was not good. You don't watch this movie. Dark Universe. Now we're talking. This is from 1994, and I watched this movie and it was so bad. It was so fun to watch. I definitely recommend watching this movie. You can find it. Obviously, it looks like an Alien ripoff, and it kind of is, and the monster's crazy, and there's crazy transformations going on in it. It's really low budget and cheesy and fun. Okay, now we're going to get into some movies that are not horror movies, I don't think, but they're still look pretty cool. I had to get them. Virgin High. This is Linnea Quigley, and I watched this movie, and it's supposed to be funny, but it's not. It's just all the jokes kind of fall flat, and I don't know. This is actually kind of an expensive, well, like $30 the tape out there, but yeah, the movie's not fun. Speed Zone. This is a movie that I remember from my video store growing up, and I always wanted to get this movie and rent it and watch it, but I never did. And I watched it, and it was supposed to be a comedy, like I think it's supposed to be Cannonball 3 unofficially, and I watched it and it wasn't funny at all. It was really disappointing. It's a rental, but I do not know where it is from. Back to the Future, and I believe it's the first Back to the Future release, where the title is squished this way and it's got the MCA in the yellow up there. I'm pretty sure that's correct. And there's a barcode back there. I think this is the first release, Back to the Future. If anyone's an expert out there, let me know. We have The Wizard in a rental thing. This is pretty cool. It's got a number on it. Let's see if any information inside about where it's from. No. I like this. I don't think I ever saw this movie when I was growing up, just like clips of it. So it was cool to watch it as an adult and see it for real. It's very cool. Death Wish 2 with my man Charles Bronson and this really colorful Warner green clamshell. I think it's pretty awesome. I'm probably going to put this one and the Wizard over on my rental. Well, it's not a rental, but I'm going to put it over here and I'll probably put the Wizard over there. There's probably quite a few that are going to go over here on my shelves. Alright, we've got 7 left. Dirt bikes, the Matzatech? If you could pronounce that word, you let me know how to do it. This is an extreme sports video and I collect them. I have a little collection on my shelf over here. Right in this area I've got skateboarding, BMX, and other dirt bike stuff, and yeah, that's the stuff I really like to collect as well as the rental tapes. And this should be pretty cool by Moto Video. It's always hard to find extreme sports tapes out there. Here's another neon video clamshell. It's for Paris Express. Looks like a pretty older movie there. And here's the fun one. I love when it says this on the back. Suggested retail $59.99. Ooh, baby. And I knew that they were more than that originally, but it's always fun to see the original price tags they suggest on some of them. Pretty old looking tape and old looking label. Revenge of the Nerds 2. Never saw it out in the wild. This is probably the first release. CBS Fox. And it is a rental. What does it say on here? Doesn't say where it was from. I've only ever seen the first Nerds. I've never seen the second one. Beastmaster 2. And I have seen this before, and I want to say that it's funny to watch and bad at the same time, but it's mostly bad. But I got it because it was cheap and it was pretty. Oh, this is from Movie King. Movie King on Main Street in Elkton, Maryland. Happy Hour, Let the Party Begin. Looks like a pretty 80s movie, and I'm hoping that it's better than Virgin High as far as the funniness goes, but never seen this one or heard of it. And is it a rental? Nope. My Uncle the Alien. It looked really weird and maybe uncommon. I didn't know if it was super rare, so I just picked it up, and yeah, I'll watch it eventually. Oh, look at that face. Okay, the very last tape from this horror and whatever else haul is Champion Karate instructional video. This actually is probably going to be pretty cool. I have another one of these where a guy's not the same VHS company, but there's a guy demoing nunchucks. It's actually pretty cool, so maybe I'll start a side collection of weird martial arts tapes and stuff like that. Okay, that was it. 45 tapes. I have no idea how long that video is going to be, but thanks if you stayed all the way till the end. Thanks for hanging out, checking out all my tapes that I got. Thanks again, Frank, from 2 Guys 5 Movies. I'm going to put a link down in the description below to that podcast. If you love movies, that's the movie podcast for you. And, like Indiana Holmes always says, keep up the grind, and you'll get a rare find. So yeah, lesson learned. I guess if you get to an estate sale earlier than you plan to go, maybe they'll let you in even earlier. Man, what am I even talking about?